Hey everyone, and welcome. So, we're going to tackle a topic that, let's be honest, can be a real pain when you're writing a paper: referencing. But don't worry, today we are going to completely demystify the Harvard Anglia style. We'll turn it from a total headache into a super simple checklist.
Okay, picture this. You've just written the most amazing conclusion to your essay. You've poured hours into it, the argument is flawless, and then it hits you. Oh, right, the referencing. That final, dreaded hurdle. We've all been there, trust me.
But here's the thing. What if it wasn't a hurdle at all? What if it was just a simple, final step? Well, that's what we're going to do. In the next few minutes, we're going to break it all down. How to cite stuff in your text, how to build that reference list, and even what to do when you've got a tricky source with missing info.
Now, before we get into the how-to, let's just take a second for the why. I know, but it's important. Referencing isn't just about following some arbitrary rules. It's about academic integrity. You're showing respect for the people whose ideas you're using, you're avoiding plagiarism, and you're basically giving your reader a roadmap to follow your research. It's a good thing.
Okay, you ready for the secret to mastering Harvard referencing? It all comes down to one simple idea. It's a two-part system. That's it. If you can get your head around this one concept, I promise you, everything else will just click into place.
So, think about it like this. Your in-text citations, those little things in brackets, are like signposts you drop throughout your essay. Each one just points to a source you've used. Then, at the very end of your paper, you have the reference list. That's the map. And here's the most important part. Every single signpost you put in your essay must have a matching, detailed entry on that map. They have to link up perfectly.
All right, so let's start with those signposts. How do you actually create them while you're writing? Well, there are two main ways you're going to do this: by paraphrasing and by quoting.
First up is paraphrasing. This is what you'll do most of the time. It's when you take an author's idea and you explain it in your own words. It helps your essay flow really nicely. But, and this is a big but, even though they're your words, it's still their idea, so you absolutely have to give them credit. And look how easy it is. You just write your sentence, and right at the end, you pop in the author's last name and the year it was published, all inside brackets. That's your signpost. Huther, 2006. Boom. Done.
Okay, the second way is quoting. This is for those times when an author has just said something so perfectly, you couldn't possibly say it any better yourself. You just want to use their exact words. All you have to do is put their words inside quotation marks. But wait, look closely here. See that extra little bit, the P.6? This is the key difference. Whenever you use a direct quote, you must also include the page number where you found it. It tells your reader exactly where to look. It's a tiny detail, but for quotes, it's a non-negotiable.
Okay, awesome. We've planted our signposts throughout our essay. Now it's time to build the map that they all point to. Let's talk about the reference list.
Now, the reference list can look pretty scary, right? Because there are rules for every possible type of source. But honestly, for about 90% of your work, you're probably just going to use three main types. So let's just focus on mastering those: books, journal articles, and websites.
So here's our book from earlier. The formula is pretty straightforward. Author, year, title, in italics, the city it was published in, and then the publisher. Just pay really close attention to all the little punctuation marks, the full stops, the commas, the colon. If you get these small details right, you're absolutely golden.
Next up, journal articles. The pattern's kind of similar, but there's one really important difference. Did you spot it? This time, it's the journal name that's in italics, not the title of the article itself. That's a common mistake. After that, you add the volume number, the issue number in brackets, and the page numbers. That's the exact address for that article.
And finally, the one you'll use all the time: websites. The author might be a person or an organization, like the World Health Organization here. You've got the year and the title of the web page in italics. And then you need three critical things for any online source: the word online, the full URL, and the date you actually looked at it. That access date is super important, because we all know websites can change or disappear overnight.
Okay, you've got the main source types down, you're feeling good, but then you find a source and it's missing some key info: a date, a publisher. Don't panic, it happens all the time, and there's a really simple, pro way to handle it. So what do you actually do in that situation? Do you just leave a blank space? Do you guess? No, definitely don't do that. Instead, you're going to use a little trick that shows your marker you really know your stuff.
And here they are. These are your referencing secret weapons. These little Latin abbreviations are your best friend for incomplete sources. If there's no date, use SA, which means sine anno or without year. No place of publication, use SL for sine loco. No publisher listed, SN for sine nomine. Using these shows you didn't just forget the information. You professionally noted that it wasn't there.
So to wrap everything up, let's just go over the golden rules. Number 1, be consistent. It almost matters more than anything else. Pick a format and stick to it. 2, your signposts and your map have to match up. Every in-text citation must have a partner in the reference list. 3, the reference list is always one single list alphabetized by the author's last name. And 4, this is the most important rule of all, when in doubt, check your university or department's guide. Their rules are the ones that matter most.
So you see, referencing isn't just a chore designed to annoy you, it's how you show the foundation that your work is built on. It's the intellectual scaffolding holding up your brilliant ideas. You now have all the tools, so the only question left is, what are you going to build with them?